AT&T acquires Lumen Technologies fiber internet. TVA applies for a permit to be the first utility to build a small modular nuclear reactor. A unanimous vote from the FCC to open up 20,000 megahertz of satellite spectrum. Blackfoot Communications relinquishes RDOF funding, and House lawmakers push for a 10-year ban on AI state regulation. Those stories and more on This Week in the Broadband Universe. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Craig Corbin. The Tennessee Valley Authority made history this week by submitting a construction permit application to the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission for a small modular nuclear reactor. TVA, the nation's largest public power company, the first utility to seek such a permit. TVA wants to develop next-generation nuclear power in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, at its 1,200-acre Clinch River nuclear site. The application is a major step in plans to build a 300-megawatt SMR by 2032. Non-nuclear construction could begin next January as the Nuclear Regulatory Commission wades through what is expected to be 2 years of review and 6 months of public hearings. AT&T has an agreement to acquire virtually all of Lumen Technologies' fiber business. The $5.75 billion all-cash transaction would encompass 1 million fiber-to-the-home customers and access more than 4 million fiber locations in 11 states, including the markets in Denver, Las Vegas, and Seattle. The deal expected to close during the first half of 2026, pending regulatory review. A move to open up more than 20,000 megahertz of satellite spectrum has begun. The Federal Communications Commission this week voting unanimously to start the process. The notice of proposed rulemaking would expand satellite connectivity across 4 spectrum bands and would be more than the sum total of all spectrum currently available for satellite broadband. In other FCC news, the Commission approved Verizon's $20 billion all-cash acquisition of Frontier Communications. Frontier's fiber footprint covers roughly 7.2 million locations, 2.8 million additional fiber locations to be added by the end of next year. Verizon currently has approximately 7.4 million Fios subscribers across 9 states and the District of Columbia. Blackfoot Communications surrendering RDOF funding previously awarded to build gigabit speed broadband service in Montana. Blackfoot notifying the FCC that it will return the money and associated build-out obligations for 688 eligible locations within 3 census block groups. The company cited extraordinary cost increases to build fiber to the premises since the RDOF reverse auction of 2020. In a related story, Kansas-based Mercury Broadband asking the FCC to waive a $25 million penalty over its decision to surrender thousands of RDOF locations. Mercury won nearly $11 million for 122,000 locations, but has defaulted on more than 1,000 census block groups in Ohio, Missouri, Illinois, Michigan, Kansas, and Indiana. There's an effort in the House of Representatives Committee on Energy and Commerce to ban state regulation of artificial intelligence. Republican lawmakers say rules from 50 states would pose too great a challenge for federal regulation of an effective development of AI. If approved, the moratorium would be for a period of 10 years. On the programming front, NBC Universal making moves to take over the Major League Baseball package previously owned by ESPN. According to the Wall Street Journal, the deal would be for significantly less than what ESPN paid in a 7-year agreement at $550 million per season. Streaming bundles attracting viewers. A survey by Hub Entertainment Research found that consumers are becoming more cost-conscious. Only 52% of subscribers report having 3 of the big 7 streaming services. That's Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney+, Hulu, Max, Peacock, and Paramount+. And that is down nearly 10% from last year. And finally, bad password practices by the Gen Z age group, creating big threats to user data. Security vendor Bitwarden found that 59% of Gen Z respondents recycle existing passwords when updating accounts that have disclosed data breaches. 79% say they know it's risky but still do so. On the broadband front, passwords can be a weapon. 44% of Gen Zers changed a streaming password to remove account access for family or friends. There is a glimmer of hope. More than 8 in 10 Gen Zers and millennials say they're at least somewhat likely to use multi-factor authentication. At least it's a start in the right direction. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on This Week in the Broadband Universe.